I'd said I don't want to, but the cameraman insisted that I have.
Between the 24th and the 28th of last month, the Ipsos Synovate group conducted a political opinion poll that sampled 2,229 respondents. The poll was conducted through telephone interviews. The poll outcome indicated that if the presidential contest was held now, 36% of the respondents would vote for Prime Minister Raila Odinga, while 30% of those polled said they would vote for Deputy Prime Minister Uhuru Kenyatta. Deputy Prime Minister and United Democratic Forum Party's presidential hopeful Musalia Mudavadi, the poll outcome says, would get 7% support, while Eldoret North MP William Ruto, who is seeking the presidency on the United Republican Party's ticket, would get 6%. Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, who is eyeing the presidency on a Wiper Democratic Movement party, the polls indicate would garner 5% support, while Kenya presidential aspirant and Gishugu lawmaker Martha Karua polled 3%. Gatanga Member of Parliament Peter Kenneth, who is also on the Kibaki succession contest on a Kenya National Congress ticket, and Justice Minister Eugene Wamalwa, who is seeking the presidency on a New Ford Kenya ticket, got 1% each.
In the July survey, the Prime Minister had 33% support. His support levels have gone up by 3%, which is significant, to 36%. The significant shift has been on the support levels for Uhuru Kenyatta. They've gone up from 23% to 30%.
The polls indicate that none of the presidential aspirants would manage an outright win in the first round, triggering a runoff poll. And in the second round of voting, the opinion polls thus indicate that Uhuru Kenyatta would beat Raila Odinga were they to be paired, with a 50% score against the Prime Minister's 42%. 8% of the respondents were undecided.
Well, I'm happy and I'm pleased to see that the trend that the party is taking, and we hope as we continue, we'll continue to grow stronger.
The poll outcome was largely influenced by the outcome of last month's by-elections in 3 constituencies, as well as persistent talk of political alliances. The opinion poll outcome reinforcing the political hypothesis that next year's general election could be a 2-horse race.
Hata hii ambayo inakuja itakuwa ni mbio ya farasi ngapi? Mbili peke yake, usipambaze na yale majina mengi ati nini. Hiyo yote, haya yote ni punda.
Zile opinion polls za Stedman na Infotrack kama ni za ukweli, baada ya Kajiado na Kangema na Eldoret Town, Uhuru Kenyatta ndiyo nambari 1.
In case of a runoff between Odinga and Mudavadi, the survey indicates that Odinga would lose to Mudavadi with 3 percentage points. 8% of the respondents were undecided. And should the second round of polling be between Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, the Prime Minister would trounce his competitor with 5 percentage points and would also triumph over William Ruto with a 51% to 37% score.
What this survey is showing that if Raila is paired up with Uhuru Kenyatta, he would definitely not win the election, and if he's paired up with Musalia Mudavadi, he would definitely not win the election, according to these findings. But if he's on a runoff with any other candidate, apart from the 2, then he definitely has a large lead against the others. That's what the other charts indicate.
On political party popularity, the Orange Democratic Movement ODM remains the preferred political vehicle at 35%. The National Alliance TNA is second with 27%, followed by URP, Wiper Democratic Movement, UDF, and NARC Kenya in that order.
So what we're getting to is a conclusion saying political party support is equals to the presidential aspirant support.
The opinion pollsters also sought to set the record straight on the financials of the latest political popularity survey.
Ipsos Global has made a commitment that we will continue doing opinion polls, whether we are going to get money from our own pockets or not. In all the countries that we operate, Ipsos does opinion polls.
The polling company disclosed that it would conduct political popularity opinion poll surveys every 6 weeks to monitor the direction the country's politics is taking. Critics of opinion polling have often insisted that the political popularity surveys do not necessarily reflect the situation on the ground. Be that as it may, it is the Kenyan electorate through the power of the ballot who have the final say on who becomes the man or woman to succeed President Mwai Kibaki in next year's race to State House. 5 months to the general election, another baseline survey conducted by the Society for International Development (SEED) indicates that 47% of the respondents believe the country has made progress in national reconciliation, while 28% believe the country is not headed in the right direction. 25% of the respondents are not sure. 77% of those polled have confidence that IEBC will conduct a free, fair and credible general election, while 22% think otherwise. Francis Gachuri, Citizen Live at 9.